Hello, my name is Jadine. I'm 18 and I'm apprentice carpenter at True Staging.
Hi, my name's Edward. I am 25. I've been coming to the playground 15 years, as long as I've lived in Tottenham. I'm now a tree surgeon. I've got my own business, got my own company, and yeah, it's going quite well. I can't complain.
I got into carpentry by doing little projects from here. So the first project I'd done, I must have been 12. I done another project here, which was the tree house, and it was like through little different stages, but I really enjoyed that. I got an award for it, and then ever since then, like, been sailing through.
Well, some days I'd come in and I'd spend all evening just playing, just having fun. Other days I'd come in, Tam would be building something, and I'd just become a labourer for an evening because he'd rope me into helping him. I'd be digging holes or putting up a structure or building something. And a lot of that's helped me nowadays because I've got a lot of construction knowledge, which I could say I've learned at the playground.
Like all the structures here have been designed and made by young people that currently come to the park. It's not by investors or the council that just put something there because they think it's going to be used.
We'd be digging a hole to put a post in for a structure, and because under the soil here is all full of clay and rubble, sometimes you'd find a massive piece of concrete that you couldn't get out. So you'd have to move the hole. Now you've got to change the structure, and you've got to calculate all these things and figure it all out.
I gained a lot of knowledge and hands-on experience by coming to this playground. Year 9, year 10, that's when it got a bit rocky. I'm not a bad child. I was never like a bad child at school, but in terms of academically, I was smack bang in the middle.
I was a mess. Like, I'm taking in year 8, I think I got excluded 32 times in year 8 alone.
Like, I'm a very shy person until like I'm comfortable with someone, but here I don't always feel shy. Being here essentially helped with my confidence. Like ever since that first project, like that was impactful moment of my life, was doing that first project and then doing the treehouse and then the drop slide and then all the other projects I've done on top. They led me to being an apprentice at a great company. Like I've already been there nearly 2 months and I love it.
It definitely kept me away from certain things that could have changed my life path today. I was never involved in any of it, but a lot of my friends were. And so there was always that sort of temptation to kind of go off on that side because maybe, I don't know, whatever they're doing was fun. But then having the playground here, it was kind of like, no, actually, I can go to the playground, have fun, and there's no risk. It's a very big thing because it keeps a lot of kids out of crime, drugs, all the things that are unfortunately in the area.
Essentially, the place was my second home. Like, there's no other way I could explain it. Like, I'd come here, not every day was open every day, but every opportunity I had to come here, I'd come here. I'd come here on the Tuesdays for the girls' only session. I'd come here the Wednesdays, like the older lot. I'd come here the Friday after school and then the Saturday as well. Like, I was here all the time.
In a school environment, when you have ADHD, you're limited. Not intentionally, but it brings out the negative side of ADHD. Whereas in a playground, you can use your ADHD to your advantage because you've got the freedom, you know. A play worker is just a grown-up kid, I think, at the end of the day. Or at least that's their job role, you know, to look after the kids and also, in a way, be kind of like the kids.
The play workers here are very authentic in how they are. They don't really filter themselves. And I think that's very valuable to us because it's like we're interacting as like an actual human being instead of getting spoken to like we're a child.
The playground's definitely helped me build friendships and relationships. One of them, for example, is Tam. I met Tam when I was 10, no, not 10. I came here when I was 10. I was 11, almost 12 when I met him. I'm now 25 and I would say he's probably one of my closest mates, you know.
When you're here, I get to call you by your name and not get in trouble for it. But if I called a teacher by their name, I'd get in trouble.
You know how many times Tam went to my school to mediate for me and said, no, look, give him another chance. I promise, I've seen him outside the school and you know what I mean, there's potential.
You lot are mostly here to support us, right? We can choose what we're going to do. You're not here to tell us, do that and do that. You guys have never had an actual schedule for us to follow. There's never been that.
I think a lot of kids nowadays have fallen into the, I like to say, trap of gaming, PCs, phones. And don't get me wrong, all of these things are good. They have their advantages, but you don't necessarily learn much from it, you know, whereas the skills And the memories that I've made at an adventure playground, they're with you forever. They're with you forever. And you can use them in so many different aspects and ways. Back in the day, I would use them just to have fun for absolutely nothing more. Today, I use them to make money. And, you know, as an adult, I've got responsibilities, I've got bills to pay. You need to make money. And a lot of the skills that I learned help me with that. So there's a lot of valuable lessons you can take from coming to a place like this instead of being stuck at home.
Play means this playground to me. Whenever I wanted to play, the first thought wouldn't have been my PlayStation. It would be coming to the park.
With a place like this that's privately funded, ultimately money's a very big thing, because if it runs out of money, there is no more playground. I also think, you know, if you're trying to better a community, building flats, for example, to bring more people into the community, you've also got to think about how that community is going to thrive. They're not just going to live in their house and, you know, never come out at the end of the day. They're going to have kids, they're going to have families, and you want those kids to also feel safe, the kids to also have places like this to come to.
My experience at this playground most definitely helped with where I am right now, or how I got to here.
It's again, it all comes down to that sense of freedom, because it lets you explore things in your own way. It lets you do things in your own way. And that, it helps you to see things differently.